Welcome back to Brigham Young University for our final game of the evening between the 20-seed Spanish Fork Dons and 1-seed Maple Mountain Golden Eagles. A rematch of last night's thriller where the Dons handed the Golden Eagles just their second loss of the season and first loss since March 28. Spanish Fork held Maple Mountain scoreless through the final 5 innings of the game as some clutch hits from the Dons underclassmen helped them secure the win. My name is Kyle Garrison. Thanks so much for joining us here on KSLSports.com for this highly anticipated matchup in the 5A Utah State Baseball Tournament. Maple Mountain Mercy ruled Viewmont 10-0 in 5 innings earlier today to set up this rematch with Spanish Fork. Because the Dons were able to come away with the win last night, Maple Mountain will have to win tonight and tomorrow in order to advance to the finals, while Spanish Fork will have 2 games to win 1 to advance and play the Brighton Bengals on Friday. Regardless, Brighton awaits the winner of this one as they beat Orem moments ago 5-0 to win bracket 2 and await the winner between the 20 and 1 seed here tonight. We are about set to get underway. Maple Mountain, the designated home team today, will start off pitching on the mound. Number 2, Hayden Hyatt. Throws ball 1 here to Boston Duval. Strike 1 on the outside corner. 1-1 coming to Boston Duval. Number 9 in the 1 spot in right field. Duval, 350 average, 899 OPS, 36 hits, 19 RBIs, 12 walks, as he works into a 2-1 count here in the top of the first. 2-1 pitch, hits softly to second base. Play at first. That's going to be a 4-3 ground out to start things off. Out number 1 in the top of the first inning. For Maple Mountain, Hayden Hyatt coming in, number 2. Pitching, the junior on the mound for Maple Mountain in what is a winner-go-home game for the Golden Eagles, as Spanish Fork defeated them yesterday 5-2. Called strike 1 on the inside corner of the plate here to the 2-hitter. Number 8, Nixon Warren, playing center fielder, batting number 2. Strike 2 on the outside play. 0-2 quickly here to Nixon Warren. Nixon Warren, number 8, 356 average, 37 hits, 16 RBIs, 989 OPS. We'll take ball 1 here. Last night versus Maple Mountain, Warren, the sophomore, 2 hits, 2 RBIs, a double, a triple. One of those underclassmen I mentioned earlier that had themselves a game in the biggest moments of their young career. Called strike on the outside corner of the plate here for out number 2. Strikeout number 1 on the night from Hayden Hyatt. Hayden Hyatt retires Warren. That'll be 2 outs here, bringing up Trig Cloward, number 14, the freshman. 3 hits, 2 RBIs last night, showing up when it mattered most as he takes a hack at the 0-0-0-1 pitch here from Hyatt to Trig Cloward. Cloward playing catcher, batting in the 3rd, wearing 14. Absolute paint right there from Hayden Hyatt to make it 0-2. Two pitch here from Hyatt. Ball outside. It's halfway towards the dugout. We'll step back to the mound on the ball 1 call, 1-2. Hayden Hyatt with inside the park home run last night for Maple Mountain in the 2nd inning. Ball outside, 2-2, even count. Hyatt drove in 2 RBIs, the only 2 RBIs of the game for the Golden Eagles. One of their lowest scoring outputs of the year. Ball hit softly over to second base. Playable. And that's going to do it here in the top of the first inning. 4-3 ground out. 1-2-3 inning to start things off for Hayden Hyatt, We'll head to the bottom of the first inning here. Spanish Fork 0, Maple Mountain 0 in the 5A Utah State Baseball Tournament. We'll be right back.
Hey.
Welcome back here to Brigham Young University. Bottom of the first inning. Designated home team, Maple Mountain Golden Eagles, set to bat after the 1-2-3 inning from Hayden Hyatt. Sway Nielsen on the mound for Spanish Fork. 3.84 average on the year, 31 innings pitched. Just 17 earned runs, 34 Ks, 13 walk on 29 hits. Starting things off, A.J. Thomas, number 1, batting number 1, like he has done for the past several games here at BYU. 2 hits last night versus Spanish Fork for A.J. Thomas. As he'll take strike 1. Thomas coming in with a .475 batting average, 1.348 OPS, 47 hits, 31 RBIs, 18 walks, 4 home runs, 4 triples, 10 doubles for the senior. As he gets hit by the second pitch of the at-bat, he will take first base, lead off man on first here for the Golden Eagles. That's going to bring up number 3, Cole Erickson. Cole Erickson, 2 hits, 2 RBIs earlier today versus Viewmont. Was massive in the 10-0 win for Maple Mountain. He'll take strike 1. 0-1 count here early for Erickson. Erickson coming into the year, 27 game plays, 96 plate appearances, 257 average, 697 OPS, 18 hits, 13 RBIs, 15 walks, really coming together down the stretch for number 3, the senior. As he takes 0-2 quickly here from Sway Nielsen. Takes a peek over at Thomas. Thomas a threat to steal as he inches his way over to second base. Step off again. As we mentioned, Thomas will steal when he gets on. Prototypical one-hitter. Shows the speed on the base paths as he's done all week long. That ball high, that's going to get away. A.J. Thomas will take second base. Runner in scoring place early here for the Golden Eagles. On deck, the ever-dangerous Cy Chrisman. Appeal here from head coach Jeremy Thomas, saying that ball might have hit Erickson on the top of the head on the ball. For now, it's a 1-2 count. On the wild pitch, A.J. Thomas to second. Umpire's talking it over here, talking about a possible hit by pitch. Erickson's batting average and OPS continue to rise. So does his play. Monster on defense. Really starting to put together some good at-bats for Maple Mountain. Long conversation here between the home plate umpire and the first base, third base umpires as well. We await the call, and it will be a hit by pitch ruled by the umpire. Ball ticked the top of Erickson's helmet. That'll put a man on first and second. Nobody out here in the bottom of the first inning, and that brings up Cy Chrisman. Playing third base, batting third, wearing number 12 for the righty. 19 home runs on the year, including a 3-run bomb in the first inning earlier today versus Viewmont. Couple of walks, including his home run. Just an absolute monster at the plate is number 12. No outs, first and second. Timeout here called by Chrisman. Cy Chrisman coming in to today's game. 112 plate appearances, 453 average, 1780 OPS. Not a typo. He'll take strike one looking. 39 hits, 58 RBIs to lead Maple Mountain by a wide margin, 23 walks, 19 bombs for the junior, committed to Oklahoma State. We'll have another year of high school ball, which is scary to think about. 1-1 count even to Chrisman. Here's the pitch. Hit into left field. That's going to be a base hit. A.J. Thomas waved home. He's going to stand up for the first run of the game. Maple Mountain strikes first. Runners stay at first and second. Cole Erickson thought about making the turn. Held at second. No outs here. Maple Mountain jumping out to a 1-0 advantage. RBI single there for Cy Chrisman, doing what he does best, driving in runs for the Golden Eagles. This will bring up the cleanup hitter, number 8, Mick Winward, showing bunt already before the pitch. Foul tipped off. 0-1 here to Winward. Winward, number 8, 409 average. 1.179 OPS, 27 hits, 23 RBIs, 7 doubles, 2 triples, 3 home runs, 6 walks for the junior. Another impactful junior here for the Golden Eagles. Showing bunt again on the 0-1. He will. Taken by the third baseman. Throwing over to first. Going to be a 5-3 ground out here for the first out of the inning. Runners advance to second and third. Cy Chrisman at second. Cole Erickson at third. Mick Winward with 2 hits and 1 RBI versus Viewmont earlier today. As a sac bunt, we'll move the runners over. Brings up Chase Johnston, number 17. Runners on second and third. 1 out here in the bottom of the first. Called strike 1 on the bottom rail. Johnston, number 17. 310 average, 846 OPS, 26 hits, 17 RBIs, 17 walks. 5 doubles, 1 triple, 1 home run for the senior. This one hit sharply to shortstop. No play at first. No play at home. Play made at first. 6-3 ground out. But that one will score another run for Maple Mountain as they lead 2-0 early here. Cy Chrisman moving over to third base. But a fielder's choice RBI by Chase Johnston has Maple Mountain leading early. This will bring up Reese Johnson. Take the ball outside. Cy Chrisman's going to come home. Standing up into home plate. 3-0 just like that. Maple Mountain leads. Wild pitch right there for ball 1 to Reese Johnson, the designated hitter, hitting in the 6th spot, wearing number 40, the senior. 317 average, 960 OPS, 13 hits, 12 RBIs, 1 double, 2 home runs, 5 walks, and 54 plate appearances. As he takes strike 1. 1-1 count, even. Here from Sway Nielsen to Reese Johnson. Bottom of the first inning. 2 outs, nobody on. As he'll get tagged, the third hit by pitch of the inning. Runner on first, 2 outs. Bringing up Jeremiah Hall, number 22, just a freshman, playing second base today, pitched last night versus Spanish Fork, as we'll have a meeting at the mound between the Spanish Fork infield, Sway Nielsen, and head coach Hadley Thorpe. Maple Mountain lead in this one, 3-0 early. Mentioned Jeremiah Hall last night on the mound. 5 innings pitched, 5 hits, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, just 2 earned runs versus Spanish Fork in the loss. As a batter, the freshman, 341 average, 943 OPS, 30 hits, 17 RBIs, 4 doubles, 3 home runs, 12 walks, and 108 plate appearances. Man on first, high and tight, 1-0 from Nielsen to Hall. What a game it was last night. Spanish Fork with the program-defining upset, but Maple Mountain jumping out to a 3-0 lead early. Already over their run total from last night as Hall works into a 2-0 count with Reese Johnson over at first. Two-0 pitch coming. High and tight. 3 balls, no strikes. And another walk, 4-pitch walk here to Jeremiah Hall. Already action in the Spanish Fork bullpen. We'll have another mound visit. Once again, here to Sway Nielsen. Reese Johnson at second. Jeremiah Hall on the 4-pitch walk will take first base. Check that. 3-0 count. I believe Reese Johnson took the balk. That put him at second base. Still, 3-0 count. 2 outs here in the bottom of the first inning. Maple Mountain leading this one 3-0. Called strike 1. Jeremiah Hall remains at the plate. Swing and a miss, full count here. 3-2 to Jeremiah Hall. Righty on righty matchup. From the junior, Sway Nielsen, to the freshman, Jeremiah Hall. Here's the payoff. High and inside. That's going to put Hall on first base. Johnson stays on second. Third mound visit of the inning here for Spanish Fork. And that's going to do it for Sway Nielsen here in the first inning. Man on first, man on second. 2 outs, bottom of 1. Maple Mountain leading here, 3-0. Pitching change for the Dons early in this one brings up Matai Johnson. Johnson gonna get a couple warm-up throws in here We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. You're watching KSLSports.com. Here to Larry H. Miller Field. Runners on first and second. 2 outs. Bottom of the first inning. Maple Mountain leading Spanish Fork 3-0. In a winner-go-home game for the Golden Eagles. Spanish Fork, 2 games to win 1. Matai Johnson relieves Sway Nielsen of his pitching duties. Early on here as Sawyer Leifson steps up to the plate. The center fielder, wearing number 13, batting number 8. Takes ball 1 low. Leifson, 13, .402 average, 1.012 OPS. In 100 plate appearances, 35 hits, 24 RBIs, 8 doubles, 1 triple, 1 home run, 9 walks. Runners go, and they will both be safe. Runners at second and third now here with 2 outs in a 2-0 count for Sawyer Leifson. Sway Nielsen's night is done. 1 hit, 1 walk, 3 earned runs, couple of hit-by pitches. Got them into the 3-0 hole. Matai Johnson trying to get him out of it. He throws a 2-1. Three, 1 count. Worked here by Leifson. Sawyer Leifson, 1 hit, 1 RBI earlier today versus Viewmont in the 10-0 Mercy Rule victory in 5 innings. 3-1, fouled off. Count worked full here from Johnson to Leifson. First batter faced here from Matai Johnson in a 3-2 count. Here is the payoff. Outside. Another walk drawn here, this time by Sawyer Leifson. That's going to bring up the starting pitcher tonight for the Golden Eagles. Number 2, Hayden Hyatt. Batting in the 9 spot today with the bases loaded and 2 outs here in the bottom of the first inning. Maple Mountain Golden Eagles leading the Spanish Fork Dons 3-0. Ball outside, 1-0. Hyatt, we mentioned it earlier. 1 hit yesterday for an inside the park home run that drove home 2 RBIs. One-0 pitch, make it 1-1, even count on the year. Hyatt in 103 plate appearances, 253 average, 19 hits, 14 RBIs, 23 walks. Tied with Cy Crispin for the most on the team with an 896 batting average. Just a junior. Number 2. Count works quickly to 1-2 here for Johnson to Hyatt. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Ball too low, even count back at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and the bottom of the first base is loaded. Here for number 2, Hayden Hyatt. Two coming. Swung on and missed. First strikeout of the night for Matai Johnson to end things here in the bottom of the first. But not before Maple Mountain tacks on 3 runs. Golden Eagles 3, Dons nothing. We'll head to the top of the second inning. Welcome back to Brigham Young University for our final game of the day, a rematch of last night's 7 o'clock game. The 20-seed Spanish Fork Dons versus the 1-seed Maple Mountain Golden Eagles. Hayden Hyatt worked a 1-2-3 inning with a strikeout in the first. That'll bring us to our 4-hitter, number 12, Jackie Sorensen. Sorensen playing in left field, batting number 4 today. The senior. 1 hit last night versus Maple Mountain, swings through strike 1. .337 average, .873 OPS, 34 hits, 20 RBIs for number 12, Sorensen. 0-1 pitch from Hyatt. Called strike 2. 0-2 quickly here. Sorensen, 118 plate appearances, 7 doubles, 2 triples, 15 walks. Takes the 0-2 low and away from Hayden Hyatt. Make it a 1-2 count. Sorensen in the cleanup spot. Takes ball too low. 2-2 even count. Hyatt, step off the mound. A.J. Thomas with some technical difficulties. We'll reset here in a 2-2 count to number 12, Jackie Sorensen. Here's the pitch, fouled off. Right side, line straight at the Spanish Fork dugout. Hits the netting. We'll reset and do it again. Pratt Morley on deck for Spanish Fork. Fouled off right side, out of play again. Remains 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 2 for Hayden Hyatt. Out number 1 here in the top of the 2nd inning. That'll bring up number 20, Pratt Morley, in the 5 spot. Playing at shortstop today. Morley was fantastic last night as he takes strike 1. 2 hits, 1 RBI in the game versus Maple Mountain last night. He ended the game pitching as well. 1 inning pitch, 0 hits, 0 earned ones, 0 walk, and a strikeout as he takes ball 1 outside to even it up 1-1. Ball outside once again. 2-1 here to Morley. On the season, the sophomore, Pratt Morley, .346 average, 1.029 OPS. He'll take ball 3 here. Close call there from the home plate umpire. Make it 3-1. Worked here by Morley. Swung on. Back through the middle. That's going to be a base hit for Pratt Morley. 29th hit of the year for the sophomore. In a big spot here with 1 out. Pratt Morley, 1 out single. Put a man on first. That'll bring up number 6, Sammy Dart. Wearing 6, batting 6. Playing first base today with a man on first. Down 3-0 here in the top of the 2nd. Ball 1 outside. One 0 pitch. 2-0 outside once again. Sammy Dart, .262 average, 758 OPS, 21 hits, 8 RBIs, 22 walks to lead the Dons. Not shy to taking some pitches. Smokes this one into right field. That's going to be a base hit. Morley's going to hold at second. Dart over to first. back-to-back singles here in the top of the second with one out for Spanish Fork. That's going to bring up Matai Johnson. Started as a designated hitter. Moved in as the pitcher to relieve Sway Nielsen. Johnson, number 17, batting in the 7th spot. 203 average for the junior, 605 OPS, 13 hits, 11 RBIs, 2 homers, 4 doubles, and 3 walks. In a big spot here with a man on first and second, one out, top of the second inning. He gets hit by that pitch and will take first base. Just like that, bases loaded. Only one out here for Spanish Fork. Meeting at the mound between the infield and head coach Jeremy Thomas. Going to have a chat with Hayden Hyatt after 3 straight base runners get on for the Dons. Last night, we saw Maple Mountain jump out to an early 2-0 lead as well. This time, 3-0. But Spanish Fork trying to answer here with the bases loaded and one out, top of the second inning. Hayden Hyatt will stay in the game for the Golden Eagles. That'll bring up number 10, Cody McLean. Batting in the 8th spot, playing at second base today is McLean. Just a freshman, another freshman phenom, taking the plate here for the Dons. Ball one outside. McLean, 1 hit last night versus Maple Mountain. 235 average, 60 plate appearances, 12 hits, 7 RBIs, 1 double, 1 triple, 6 walks, and a 633 OPS. For those at home, OPS, combination of slugging percentage and on-base percentage. 1-0 pitch with the bases loaded, 1 out. Strike 1, even up the count, 1-1. This game features a plethora of freshmen and sophomore underclassmen talent. Phenomenal last night. Have been solid so far in this one. Takes ball 2 low, 2-1 count. Here to McLean. Two one here from Hyatt. Called strike 2, even count, 2-2. Batter calls time. Takes a peek over at second base. 2-2 coming. Swing and a miss. Second out of the top of the second inning. Bases still loaded. Third strikeout thrown by Hayden Hyatt. Lets out. A fist bump on the mound, knowing how important that out was. Here with a 3-0 lead. That's going to bring up the 9-hitter, Jason Pintar. Number 16 takes strike 1. Number 16, Pintar, another freshman. 338, 854 OPS, 22 hits, 10 RBIs, 20 walks. Here's the 0-1. And that's going to hit him in the chest. Not sure what the call is going to be here. Umpire is going to talk it over. Hit him in the chest on the swing through. Not sure if they called him out. If it's a hit by pitch, it'll drive in a run. If not, it's going to be the end of the inning with Hayden Hyatt working out of a bases loaded situation. The Maple Mountain defense is heading back to the dugout. Not sure what the call will be here. Didn't look like Pintar went on the swing. Not sure if they'll call that a hit as it bounced off of his chest. Fair play. And the play was made at first. Or if they're going to call that a hit by pitch. If it is a hit by pitch, it'll be the second of the inning. And it'll be the first run of the game for the Dons. Long deliberation here. We'll get the call, and he will get first base on the hit by pitch. And that will be the first run of the game driven in by the Spanish Fork Dons. Make it 3-1. Base is still loaded. Hit by pitch. Drives in the run from Jason Pintar back to the top of the order. First earned run here from Hayden Hyatt. Boston Duval stepping up to the plate. Base is still loaded. 2 outs. Looks like that was the correct call, as Pintar didn't go, and he was hit by the pitch. Bases loaded, 2 outs here. Maple Mountain leads 3-1. Pitch to Duval, grounded out in the first. He'll take strike 1. Full crowd here once again for this matchup between the Dons and the Golden Eagles, as it was last night. Electric atmosphere. Ball outside, even count, 1-1. Boston Duval, the junior, leading off things here for the Dons in the 1 spot. Swing and a miss. 1-2 count running here from Hyatt to Duval. Nixon Warren in the on-deck circle. Hayden Hyatt trying to work out of a bases-loaded jam here with 2 outs. Low and outside, even count, 2-2 here to Boston Duval. Long pause here from Hyatt. 2-2 pitch coming. Swung on. That's going to get through. And we're tied up here at Brigham Young University. 2 RBI single from Boston Duval. 3-3, just like that, on the bases loaded knock. We'll have runners at the corners here. Clutch hit after clutch hit for both teams here early on in this one. Maple Mountain fighting for their playoff lives here against the Spanish Fork Dons. That'll bring up Nixon Warren. He hits this one sharply over the head of the shortstop. Maple Mountain with the lead here, 4-3. Timely hits, all with 2 outs. Once again, just like we saw last night for Spanish Fork. And they lead this one 4-3. Top of the lineup coming up huge for Spanish Fork. 2 RBI single for Boston Duval, followed by an RBI single from Nixon Warren. Trig Cloward, the freshman, up at the plate with a runner at first and second, 2 outs. Top of the second inning. Spanish Fork leads 4-3. Trig Cloward ground out in the first. Takes strike one on the outside corner of the plate. Number 12, Jackie Sorensen, started off the inning in the on-deck circle. The line keeps moving for the Dons. Outside 1-1. 4 hits in the inning, 2 hit by pitches, and 2 strikeouts for the only 2 outs for the Golden Eagle defense. 1-1. Strike 2. Looking. 1-2 quickly here to Trig Cloward. Number 14, the freshman, mentioned it earlier. 3 hits, 2 RBIs last night versus Maple Mountain. The clutch gene for all these underclassmen. Swing and a miss. Play at first, and that's going to end the inning, but not before the Dons take the lead here, 4-3. We'll head to the bottom of the second inning here in the 5A Utah State Baseball Playoffs. And we are back here at Brigham Young University. Final matchup of the evening between the Spanish Fork Dons and the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles. Today's game is brought to you by Tab Bank, home of the Tab Spend Rewards checking account, with 3.5% annual percentage yield on your account balance and 1% cash back on eligible purchases. It's a big deal. Member FDIC. Just an incredible atmosphere here today at Larry H. Miller Field in our final game of the evening, a rematch of last night's thriller where the Dons came out on top 5-2. Spanish Fork leading this one 4-3, a 3 spot in the bottom of the first, answered immediately by Spanish Fork as they put up a 4 spot in the top of the second. We're here in the bottom of the second. Back to the top of the order. For Maple Mountain, A.J. Thomas hit by pitch in his first plate appearance. Matai Johnson relieving Sway Nielsen. Johnson will be on the mound here in the second. This one hit hard to shortstop. Play made. 6-3 ground out to start things off on the first pitch swinging from A.J. Johnson. 1 down here in the bottom of the second inning. That's going to bring up number 3, Cole Erickson, also hit by pitch in the first inning to get things going for the 1 seed Maple Mountain Golden Eagles. Cy Chrisman, ever dangerous, on deck. Erickson takes ball 1. One 0 pitch, called strike, even count, 1-1. We got some action in the Maple Mountain bullpen as a called strike 2 in there from Matai Johnson to Cole Erickson. High and outside, even count, 2-2 once again. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 2 here from Matai Johnson on Cole Erickson. 2 outs, bottom of the second. That's going to bring up Cy Chrisman, RBI single in the first inning. Absolute power in that bat from the junior, committed to Oklahoma State. Will head to Stillwater in 2 years. We'll get another year here at Maple Mountain as he takes ball 1 low. Strike one, even count on the inside corner of the plate here to Cy Crispin. Foul down the third base line, 1-2 count coming from Ty Johnson to Crispin. This one hit high, drifting foul, out of play, down the left field side. Swung on, fouled back, still 1-2 from Johnson to Crispin. Swing and a miss. Ty Johnson fired up, headed off the mound as he gets back-to-back strikeouts to retire the side here in the bottom of the second inning. 1-2-3 inning here from Johnson. Spanish Fork leading Maple Mountain 4-3, heading to the top of the third. We'll get a message from our sponsors. You're watching KSLSports.com. Back here to Brigham Young University. Top of the third inning here in our final game of the evening in the 5A Utah State Baseball Playoffs. Bracket 1 action here. Win or go home game for the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles. For Spanish Fork, they've got 2 games to win 1 as they lead 4-3 in the top of the third inning. Leading things off once again in the inning is number 12, Jackie Sorensen. Hayden Hyatt remains on the mound. 4 strikeouts, 4 hits, 4 earned runs for number 2. Swing and a miss, make it 0-1 here to Sorensen. Sorensen struck out to lead off the second, last inning. We'll get another crack at it here, up 4-3. Swung on, down the right field line, foul. 0-2 quickly here to Sorensen from Hyatt. Beautiful night for some baseball here at Larry H. Miller Field in Provo, Utah. What a week it's been. It'll continue on Friday with the championship game. 0-2, swung on, softly to third base. Play ball from Crispin, and that's out number 1 here. 5-3 ground out to start the top of the third inning. That's going to bring up the shortstop, wearing number 20, batting in the 5 spot, Pratt Morley. Morley single in the second inning to get the rally started and eventually take the lead for the Dons. Ball 1 high and tight here to Morley. Mentioned Morley last night, pitching as well as he takes strike 1. Closing things out in the 7th for Spanish Fork. Having a great day at the plate as well. Was a sophomore. Swing and a miss at the 1-1, make it 1-2. One-two pitch coming from Hyatt, working quickly. Called, strike 3 on the inside corner of the plate. 2 outs here in the top of the third inning. Strikeout number 5 on the night for Hayden Hyatt. That'll bring up the 6-hitter, wearing number 6, Sammy Dart, also singled in the second inning. Takes strike 1 on the outside corner. 4-seamer from Hayden Hyatt. Top of the third, 2 outs. Spanish Fork leading Maple Mountain 4-3. Swung on, fouled back into the backstop. 0-2 quickly. Here to dart. Matai Johnson on deck. Pitching currently for the Dons. Relieved Swain Nielsen. And has been excellent since he's been out there. Ball 1 low. 1-2 count here to Sammy Dart. This ball hit high in the left field. Playable. Out number 3. 1-2-3 inning here for Hayden Hyatt. Will take us to the bottom of the third. Spanish Fork 4, Maple Mountain 3 here in the 5A Utah State Tournament. We'll be right back.
With a TabSpend checking account, you earn big rewards. It's hard to not make a scene.
Cash or card?
Oh, my card's right here.
That's a big card.
You should see how much it's earned me. Sorry, Grandma. TabSpend isn't just another checking account. It's packed with benefits.
How do I get one?
Just scan this QR code or go to tabbank.com. It's all online and super easy to get started.
Here at Larry H. Miller Field, the Dons of Spanish Fork leading the Golden Eagles of Maple Mountain 4-3 as we enter the bottom of the third inning. A 1-2-3 inning, including 2 strikeouts last inning for Matai Johnson, who came in to relieve the starter, Swain Nielsen. Will lead things off here with number 8, Mick Winward. Sack bunt, last time up to move the runners over to second and third. And he'll get things started in the bottom of the third. Maple Mountain fighting for their playoff lives here against Spanish Fork. Called strike 1. Matai Johnson with some absolute paint here in his last couple of innings. 0-1 low. Even count. 1-1 here to Winward. Winward batting in the 4 spot. This one hit sharply to shortstop. Playable at first base. That's out number 1 on a 6-3 ground out here. Play made. Pratt Morley over to Sammy Dart for out number 1. That'll bring up number 17, Chase Johnston. Grounded into a fielder's choice last time up. Takes strike 1 on the outside corner. Paint once again here from Matai Johnson. 0-1 coming from Johnson. Outside and low. Even count. 1-1 here to Chase Johnston. Called strike 2 once again here from Matai Johnson, working into a 1-2 count on Chase Johnston. 1 ball, 2 strike, 1 out here in the third. Just outside, even count, 2-2. Nobody on here for Chase Johnston. Outside and low. Johnston working it into a full count here with 1 out in the bottom of 3. Three-two pitch, fouled back. We'll reset and do it again. Here's the payoff from Matai Johnson. That one is low. 1 out walk here will put Chase Johnston on first base. First walk here issued in the bottom of the third. Second walk here from Matai Johnson. And that'll bring up Reese Johnson. Takes strike one here early in the count. Johnson hit by pitch, his last at bat. Looking to tie or take the lead here in the bottom of the third inning. Trailing 4-3. This one swung on. High in the infield. Playable. Three different Dons coming in on it. Played May there by Matai Johnson to retire Reese Johnson. 2 outs. 1 man on first base. That'll bring up the freshman, number 22, Jeremiah Hall, batting in the 7th spot. Playing second base today, walked in the first inning, second plate appearance here in the third with a man on first. Takes strike one. Johnson getting ahead in the count. First pitch strikes. Vastly important, especially against a team like Maple Mountain. Swing and a miss. 0-2 count. Quickly here to Jeremiah Hall. Matai Johnson dialed in on the mound. Trying to work out of a 1-out walk. Strike 3. Looking. That'll do it here in the bottom of the third inning. Spanish Fork 4. Maple Mountain 3. Ahead to the top of the fourth inning with the Dons up to bat. You're watching KSLSports.com. We'll be right back. Sorry about that, folks. Had some technical difficulties, but we're back. We're going to get a pitching change. Man on first base on the leadoff single by Matai Johnson. New pitcher on the mound here for Maple Mountain. Number 32, Caden Giles. Hayden Hyatt retired here. Giles 4.45 ERA in 11 innings pitched. 6 strikeouts, 1 walk, 7 earned runs on 19 hits. Final line here from Brigham Young University for Hayden Hyatt. 4 strikeouts, 4 hits, no walks, 4 earned runs. Leadoff hit from Matai Johnson got us to where we are now. He stands at first base. As we get number 10, Cody McLean up. Runner on first, no outs, top of the fourth inning. The Dons of Spanish Fork 4, the Golden Eagles of Maple Mountain 3. Number 32, Caden Giles on the mound here now for Maple Mountain. McLean showing bunt. That'll go foul, first base side. 0-1. Ty Johnson with a shot up center field. We'll have a pinch runner for him here with no outs in the top of 4. The junior, Giles, on the mound. Showing bunt again is McLean. And they'll take it. Outside, even count 1-1. One pitch coming from Giles. That one into the backstop. Runner will take second base. Man in scoring position. No outs. Top of the fourth inning. 2-1 count coming to McLean. Swung at, fouled into the back of the net. 2-2 count. Running here for Cody McLean. What a day it's been here at Brigham Young University as the 2-2 pitch comes in from Giles. Off-speed pitch, just a little bit high. Count runs full here to Cody McLean. McLean struck out in the second. Man on second base here, top of the fourth inning, no out, full count. Here is the payoff. Swung on, softly to second base. Play made at first. 4-3 ground out. Runner advances over to third. Pinch runner. Rhythm Fagan, the junior. Pinch run last night. Pinch run again today for Matai Johnson. Runner at third. Here for Jason Pintar. Pintar hit by pitch that drove in a run in the second inning. Looking to add to the Dons' lead here. Ball outside, 1-0. Here's the 1-0. Swung on. Fouled back into the netting. Count runs even 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here in the top of 4. Boston Duval in the on-deck circle. Here's the 1-1 from Giles. Swung on, sharply to shortstop. Runner will hold at third base. Pintar tries to beat out the throw, will not. 6-3, ground out for out number 2 here in the top of the fourth inning. Runner still on third, back-to-back ground outs induced by 32, Caden Giles. That'll bring up Boston Duval, the aforementioned. Ground out in the first as he takes ball 1. 2 RBI single in the fourth to cut in to the Maple Mountain lead at the time. Check swing. Strike on the outside corner. 1-1 even count here to Duval. Swung on. Short to the pitcher's mound. Play not made. That is safe. Run number 5 scored another RBI single here from Boston Duval. That ball just died. Rolling towards the third baseline. Unable to make the play is Caden Giles. And that'll drive in the 5th run of the evening for Spanish Fork. 3rd RBI, 2nd hit for Boston Duval. He stands on first base. Off-speed pitch high, 1-0. Here to Nixon Warren. RBI single in the second, strikeout in the first for number 8. The sophomore standing in here. Ball outside, works a 2-0 count. Runner on first, top of the fourth inning, 2 outs, 2-0 count. Coming to Nixon. Swung on, high in the infield, playable. And that will do it for the top of the fourth inning. Out number 3, but not before another run was added by the Spanish Fork offense. Boston Duval, another RBI single. We'll take you to the bottom of the fourth. The Dons of Spanish Fork leading over the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles 5-3. You're watching KSLSports.com. Final game of the evening here at Larry H. Miller Field in Provo, Utah. Matai Johnson set to take the mound for the fourth. Leadoff man will be Sawyer Leifson. Walked in his first plate appearance in the 8th spot, wearing number 13, playing in center field today. Johnson has been unbelievable on the mound for Spanish Fork. Pitching scoreless innings in the second and the third. Looking to do it again here in the bottom of the fourth. 1-0 pitch, swung on and missed. 1-1 even count here to Leifson. 1-1 called strike. 2 strikes here quickly to Leifson from Johnson. Ty Johnson with a single at the plate in the 4th. Has the mound here. And a swing and a miss for out number 1 here in the bottom of the 4th inning on Sawyer Leifson. Strikeout number 5 for Ty Johnson. Just a junior coming in, one of the biggest moments of his career. He has 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. Throws strike 1, paint on the outside rail here to the 9-hitter, Hayden Hyatt. Hyatt started on the mound, relieved by Caden Giles last inning. Struck out in his first at-bat, 0-2 quickly here on Hayden Hyatt. Here's the 0-2. Inside. Make it 1-2. Foul tip back. Remains 1-2 here from Johnson to Hyatt. Johnson struck out Hyatt in the 1st. Hyatt with his 2nd plate appearance. Here in the 4th, high fly ball, right field, playable, will be caught. Out number 2 here in the bottom of the 4th. A fly out here gives Ty Johnson the 2nd out of the inning for the Spanish Fork defense, leading 5-3 over the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles. Bring us back to the top of the lineup here in the bottom of the 4th. A.J. Thomas. Thomas hit by pitch in the 1st, ground out in the 2nd. Will get his 3rd plate appearance here in the 4th. He'll take ball 1. Fouled off. 1-1 even count here to Johnson. Or to Thomas, excuse me, from Johnson. One. Swung on. Into left center. That's going to be a base hit. Could be extra bases here for Johnson. He's going to take 2nd. He's going to push for 3rd. Cutoff man gets it. Throw to 3rd. In time, and he is out to end the inning. The Spanish Fork crowd is going nuts. What a throw, what a play, what awareness by the cutoff man to get it over to 3rd base. Digging for 3 was A.J. Thomas. That is going to do it here in the bottom of the 4th inning. We'll head to the top of the 5th. Spanish Fork 5 and Maple Mountain 3. You're watching KSLSports.com. We'll be right back. We are back for the top of the 5th inning between the Spanish Fork Dons and the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles. The Dons leading 5-3 here. Leading off the inning, number 14, Trig Cloward, the freshman, going up against Caden Giles. Giles relieved Hyatt last inning. Swung on, left field. High fly ball and playable for out number 1 here in the top of the 5th inning. Big out number 1 here from the junior Caden Giles. That'll bring up number 12. Jackie Sorensen struck out in the 2nd, ground out in the 3rd. 1 out, nobody on. Top of 5 here for number 12, Sorensen. Caden Giles on the mound for Maple Mountain. Ball 1 outside. Swung on. Base hit into left center. Jackie Sorensen. Hard turn around first base. Will stay at first. 1 out single here in the top of the 5th inning. First hit of the day for Sorensen. That'll bring up Pratt Morley, number 20. Playing shortstop today in the 5-hole. Single in the second, strikeout in the third. A man on first, 1 out, top of 5. Here for the sophomore. Throw back to first base. Checking in on Trig Cloward. Excuse me. Jackie Sorensen, not Trig Cloward. Throw back to first once again. On the 2-0 pitch. This ball hit right side, foul territory, out of play. Make it 2-1 here on Morley. Couple of hits allowed here by Giles. 1 earned run. No strikeouts, no walks. Throw back to first base, checking in on Jackie Sorensen. Count remains 2-1 here. Giles taking a step off the mound, reset. Here's a 2-1, runner goes. Ball hit high into center field. Playable. It'll be caught here for out number 2. Sorensen will head back to first after he took off on contact. Big out number 2 here in the top of the 5th inning for Caden Giles. With a man on first, 2 outs, top of the 5th inning. Sammy Dart will step up to the plate. The lefty takes strike 1. The righty, Caden Giles, matching up against the lefty, Sammy Dart here. A single in the second, fly out in the third. For number 6, batting in the 6th spot. Swung on, left field side, drifting foul, and it will drop in foul territory. Make it 0-2 here on Dart. We got some movement here in the Spanish Fork bullpen. Matai Johnson has been on the mound, pitched 3 straight scoreless innings. Here is Sammy Dart, 0-2 count, runner on first. Runner goes, fouled off once again. Count stays 0-2. Jackie Sorensen taken off a couple times. We'll head back to first. We'll reset and do it again. Oh, 2 fouled off into the netting once again. Matai Johnson in the on-deck circle. Caden Giles takes a deep breath. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, man on first, top of 5th. Here's the 0-2. Outside, make it 1-2 to Sammy Dart. Just outside, even count, 2-2 here to Dart. Two. Outside once again. Sammy Dart working out of an 0-2 count. to get it to a full count, 3-2. Jackie Sorensen over on first base. Sammy Dart showing some patience on the plate. Spitting on 3 balls outside the zone. Throw back to first, not in time. Sorensen slides back in head first. We'll reset. Payoff outside. Sorensen gonna take second regardless. 2 outs here, man on second, man on first on the 2-out walk from Sammy Dart. What a day it has been here at Brigham Young University. What a week it has been. Just unbelievable baseball all around here in the 5A Utah State Baseball Tournament. That'll bring up Matai Johnson, runner in scoring position at second, runner at first, 2 outs, top of the 5th inning. Johnson with a single in the 4th in his last plate appearance. Hit by pitch in the 2nd, reached twice. Swings through strike 1. 3rd plate appearance here for Matai Johnson. The 0-1, swung on, softly to second base, playable. 4-3 ground out. Caden Giles is fired up. That'll do it here in the top of the 5th inning. Caden Giles working out of a 1-out man on. Holding the Dons scoreless. Spanish Fork 5, Maple Mountain 3. You're watching KSLSports.com. Sun is setting here at Brigham Young University. The Dons of Spanish Fork 5. The Golden Eagles of Maple Mountain 3. 3 spot in the 1st. As we'll take you to the bottom of the 5th inning. Cole Erickson, number 3, leading things off. Hit by pitch in the 1st, strikeout in the 2nd. We'll get his 3rd plate appearance in the 5th. AJ Thomas last inning, trying to dig for 3rd base. Thrown out at 3rd to end the inning for Matai Johnson. Ball just outside, 1-0 here to Erickson. Erickson out in right field today, wearing number 3, batting in the 2 spot. Called strike 1, even count, 1-1. Cy Chrisman up on deck. RBI single in the 1st for Chrisman. Strikeout in the 2nd. 1-1. This one hit high. Center field. Playable for out number 1. Johnson retires Erickson. Center fielder and Nixon Warren making the play. That'll bring up Cy Chrisman with 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Swung on. Fouled into the back netting. 0-1 here to Chrisman. Matai Johnson at the mound. Nobody warming up here in the Spanish Fork bullpen. Trying to get through the 5th inning. Ball 1 low, even count, 1-1 here to Cy Chrisman, the Oklahoma State commit. Just a junior. 1-1. Low again, 2-1. Swung on, fouled into the Maple Mountain dugout. Count even up here at 2-2. Two-two pitch coming. Swung on. Right field. That ball is going. That ball is off the wall. Cy Chrisman digging for second. Standing up. He will make it with a 1-out double here in the bottom of the 5th inning. for the All-Star Junior. Second hit of the night. In a big spot with Maple Mountain trailing Spanish Fork 5-3. Tie and run at the plate in Mick Windward. Sack bunt to move the runners over in the first. Ground out in the second. Third plate appearance here in the fifth with one out. And a man on second. First hit given up by Matai Johnson. Timeout here by Windward. Inside, ball one on Windward. Mick Windward batting cleanup today for the Golden Eagles. Playing in left field, wearing number 8. Number 17, Jace Johnston on deck. Swung on and missed. Even count 1-1 here to Mick Windward. One. Swing and a miss on the chase. Quickly 1-2 on Mick Windward. Peek back at second base for Matai Johnson. 1-2. Low. Even count 2-2. Mick Windward laying off the 1-2 right there to make it 2-2 count. One out, bottom of the fifth. Cy Chrisman on second base. Time called here. Two. Outside, full count here. Run up by Mick Windward. Battling back from a 1-2 count to make it full. Here comes the payoff. Hit, blooped into right field, playable, and the play will be made by the second baseman, Cody McLean. Running out there into shallow right field to make the play. 2 outs. Man on second, bottom of the fifth inning. Johnson retires Windward. Chase Johnston up to the plate. Tie and run at the plate. Number 17, fielder's choice in the first. Walk in the third. Third plate appearance here in a massive spot for the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles. Takes ball one low. Win or go home scenario for the designated home team. One-0. Outside and low. Chase Johnson working into a 2-0 count. Fouled off into the netting on the left side. 2-1. Called strike on the inside corner of the plate. Count runs even here from Matai Johnson to Chase Johnston. Man on second, 2 outs, bottom of the 5th inning. Spanish Fork 5, Maple Mountain 3. Two-two pitch, swing and a miss to end the inning. Matai Johnson walks off the mound like it's nothing. Nothing new for number 17. 6th strikeout of the day to retire the side. Matai Johnson gets through 4 innings. Spanish Fork 5, Maple Mountain 3. We'll head to the top of the 6th inning here in the 5A Utah State Baseball Tournament. You're watching KSLSports.com. 2-2 count here to Cody McLean leading things off in the top of the 6th inning. 3-2 full count from Giles to the freshman number 10, Cody McLean. Batting in the 8th spot, strikeout in the 2nd, ground out in the 4th. Trying to add some insurance here late in the game. This one's line right to second base. Caught by Jeremiah Hall for out number 1 here in the top of the 6th inning. Jason Pintar stepping up to the plate. Number 16, hit by pitch that drove in a run in the 2nd, ground out in the 4th. 3rd plate appearance right here. 1 out in the top of 6. Swung on, softly to shortstop. Play made to first. Out number 2, 6-3, ground out. Out number 2 in the inning for Caden Giles and the Maple Mountain defense. This game is absolutely crucial as we head to the top of the order for Spanish Fork. It'll be Boston Duval stepping up to the plate. 2 outs, nobody on, top of the 6th inning. Ground out in the 1st. 2 RBI single in the 2nd. RBI single in the 4th. For number 9, the right fielder. Takes it high and tight for 1 ball, no strikes. The junior, Duval, been unbelievable today and all week long as he takes strike 1 on the outside corner of the plate. 7 hits for Spanish Fork, just 3 for Maple Mountain. Swung on, right field side. Going foul, and it will drop. Make it a 1-2 count. Great effort out there in right field from Cole Erickson to try and make the play. Just a little too far out of reach. One-two coming from Giles. Outside, 2-2, even count. Two pitch, swing and a miss on the chase. Caden Giles fired up once again, coming off the mound. That'll do it here in the top of the 6th inning. 1, 2, 3 inning for the junior, number 32, Caden Giles. We'll be back right after a word from our sponsors. You're watching KSLSports.com, home of the Tab Spend Rewards checking account with 3.5% annual percentage yield on your account balance and 1% cash back on eligible purchases. But great rewards are just the beginning. Convenient online and mobile banking with no hidden or complex qualification requirements, no minimum opening balance, and no account fees. It's a big deal. Member FDIC. Leading things off here in the bottom of the 6th. Number 40, Reese Johnson, designated hitter, batting in the 6th spot, hit by pitch in the 1st, pop out in the 3rd. Matai Johnson on the mound, been unbelievable. 6 strikeouts, just 1 hit allowed, 3 walks, and no earned runs. He'll get the mound once again here in the bottom of the 6th. No movement in either bullpen. Bottom of the sixth here. Win or go home for Maple Mountain. Spanish Fork leading 5-3. Johnson takes ball one. Inside. Called strike one, even up to count 1-1. 4 straight innings of scoreless ball here for Matai Johnson. This one skied into right field. Shallow. Going foul. Unplayable. We'll make it a 1-2 count here. As the second baseman, the first baseman, and the right fielder were closing in on it for the Dons. Unable to make the catch. Reese Johnson will reset here. Nobody out, bottom of the sixth. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 7 for Matai Johnson. 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. That'll bring up number 22, Jeremiah Hall. Hall will walk in the first, strikeout in the third. We'll take strike one. The location from Matai Johnson has been on point all night long. Been an unbelievable performance as this one grounded to short. Play made at first. 6-3 ground out here for out number 2. It'll bring up Sawyer Leifson with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Spanish Fork leading. Maple Mountain 5-3. Must-win game for the Golden Eagles. Spanish Fork wins, they will advance to the championship. Swing and a miss. Pinpoint accuracy once again from Matai Johnson. 0-1, swung on, into center field. That's going to be a base hit for number 13, Sawyer Leifson. First hit of the night for number 13. Tying run at the plate for the Golden Eagles. Hayden Hyatt started at pitcher, relieved by Caden Giles. Runner on first. Golden Eagles trying to start a 2-out rally here in the bottom of the 6th. Just a bit outside. 1-0 here to Hayden Hyatt. Hyatt. Strikeout in the first. Fly out in the 4th. Will get his 3rd plate appearance with 1 man on. And 2 outs. This ball filed back into the Spanish Fork dugout. Even count 1-1. Just outside off the plate, 2-1 here to Hayden Hyatt. Two-one pitch coming. This one hit into right field. High fly ball. Off the wall. That's going to bring in a run. Hayden Hyatt digging for 3rd. Head first slide, and he is safe. 4th run of the night for Maple Mountain on the Hayden Hyatt RBI triple. Sawyer Leifson into home plate to make it a 1-run game here in the bottom of the 6th. 2-out rally by the Golden Eagles with a man on 3rd. Back to the top of the order. First run given up by Matai Johnson, and his evening will be done. Final line for Matai Johnson. 7 strikeouts, 3 walks, 3 hits, 1 earned run. We'll get a new pitcher here. In the bottom of the 6th, 2 outs, man on third. You're watching KSLSports.com. And we are back here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Nixon Warren at the mound warming up here. Will relieve Matai Johnson. Warren, the sophomore, 4.38 ERA, 8 innings pitched, 7 hits, 5 earned runs, 10 strikeouts, and 8 walks. Up to the plate, top of the order here. Number 1, A.J. Thomas. Runner at third, 2 outs, bottom of the 6th inning. Winner go home scenario for Maple Mountain. Packed crowd here at Larry H. Miller Field. Here's the first pitch. Called strike on the outside corner. 0-1 quickly here to A.J. Thomas. RBI triple just a moment ago by Hayden Hyatt. This ball flared into right field, dropping quickly, and it will be a base hit. We're tied up here at 5 apiece. A.J. Thomas, stand up triple. RBI triple for number 1. Tied up at 5 apiece. Absolutely clutch here from number 1, A.J. Thomas. Runner at third still. 2 outs. Bottom of the 6th. Tie ball game here in the 5A Utah State Baseball Tournament. The Maple Mountain faithful is loving it. That'll bring up number 3, Cole Erickson. Hit by pitch in the first, strikeout in the second, fly out in the 5th. We'll get his 4th plate appearance. Here with a man on third and 2 outs. Nixon Warren on the mound. 0-1 count with the heater. 2 spot here in the 6th for the Golden Eagles. This one hit softly to second base. Playable. Out number 3. That'll do it here in the bottom of the 6th inning. But not before Maple Mountain adds 2 runs to tie this up at 5 apiece. We're headed to the top of the 7th. And we are back here. Top of the 7th inning. Leading off things for the Dons is Nixon Warren. He hits this one into right field. It's going to drop. Base hit. He's going to dig for second. And he's going to make it in there. Sliding head first. Lead off double here in the 7th from Nixon Warren. Number 8, the sophomore, on an absolute heater this week. Getting things done here in the top of the 7th. Lead-off double will bring up number 14, Trig Clifford. Clifford ground out in the first, strikeout in the second, pop out in the 5th. 4th plate appearance here with a man on second, nobody out, top of the 7th inning. Caden Giles remains on the mound. We'll get a meeting between the infield, head coach Jeremy Thomas, and Giles. We got arms throwing in the Spanish Fork bullpen. Nothing doing in the Maple Mountain bullpen. Tied up here between the Spanish Fork Dons and the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles. 5-5. What an unbelievable game it's been. 3 spot for Maple Mountain in the first. 4 spot in the second from the Dons to take the lead. 1 run added in the 4th to take a 5-3 lead in last inning. A.J. Thomas tying it up, making it 5-5 on the RBI triple. Now we got a man on second, nobody out. After the leadoff double from Nixon Warren. Trig Clifford at the plate, trying to take the lead here in advance to the state championship. Going up against Brighton on Friday. If Maple Mountain wins, these two teams will face off once again tomorrow night at 7 o'clock here at Larry H. Miller Field. Pitch here to Clifford. Swung on, foul tipped into the backstop. 0-1 count running to the freshman. Caden Giles on the mound, relieved Hayden Hyatt. In the fourth inning, has been excellent, allowing Maple Mountain to get back in this. Ball high and inside. 1-1 even count. One, swung on, third base side. Ooh, that ball just foul. Would have put runners at the corners, but make it 1-2 instead. Here for Trig Cloward. Jackie Sorensen waiting in the on-deck circle. No outs. Nixon Warren on second base. 1-2 coming. Here from Caden Giles to Trig Cloward. Peek back at second. 1-2 pitch. Swung on. Blooper. Center field, but playable. Out number one here. Warren thought about the tag. Will stay at second base. Big out number one. That'll bring up Jackie Sorensen. Strikeout in the second, ground out in the third, single in the fifth. One out, top of the seventh inning. Spanish Fork 5, Maple Mountain 5. Here's the pitch, swung on to shortstop, playable. 6-3 ground out made. Move the runner over to third, but the second out of the inning. Here for the Maple Mountain defense and pitcher, Caden Giles. And that's going to bring up number 20, Pratt Morley. Some clutch hits last night for the Dons. Trying to do it again here in the top of the seventh with 2 outs and a man on third. Swing and a miss. 0-1 count. This one hits sharp to shortstop. Playable once again. And the inning is over on the 6-3 ground out. Caden Giles coming off the mound. Fired up here. We'll take you to the bottom of the seventh inning. Spanish Fork 5, Maple Mountain 5. Chance for the Golden Eagles to walk it off. You're watching KSLSports.com. We'll be right. Welcome back here to Brigham Young University. Final game of the night. Bottom of the seventh. All tied up at 5 apiece. Cy Chrisman leading things off for the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles. Just an unbelievable game. A.J. Thomas tying things up last inning on the RBI triple. Cy Crispin so far today, RBI single in the first, strikeout in the second, double in the fifth. And he'll lead things off for the Golden Eagles here in the bottom of 7. Nixon Warren, the sophomore, stays on the mound for the Dons. packed house here at Larry H. Miller Field, looking for a photo finish here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Maple Mountain crowd on their feet for the leadoff batter, Cy Chrisman. He takes ball 1 low and outside. Outside once again, 2-0 to Chrisman. Nixon Harris on the mound. Only 8 innings pitched coming into today. 2-0. Low. 3-0 count running here for Cy Chrisman. The big righty with a 3-run bomb earlier today to avoid elimination will take ball 4. Lead-off walk here for Chrisman in the bottom of the 7th inning. That's going to bring up number 8, Mac Winward. Mac Winward looking to walk things off here for the Golden Eagles. Survive and advance for Maple Mountain. If they win today, they'll take on the Dons once again tomorrow here at 7 o'clock. Showing bunt. And he'll take it. Inside, ball 1. Here to Winward. Sack bunt to move the runners over in the first. Strikeout, or ground out, in the third. Pop out in the 5th. 4th plate appearance here in the 7th. Ball gets away. Cy Chrisman taking second base. Runner in scoring position. No outs here for the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles. Trig Cloward going to check in on the left-handed pitcher. Settling him down in one of the biggest, if not the biggest moment of his career thus far. 2-0 here to Winward. Showing bunt once again is Winward. And he will bunt attempt. But it'll go foul before coming back into play. Make the count 2-1. Here from Nixon Warren. Warren, a double last inning, but a fly out and 2 back-to-back ground outs. Got Caden Giles out of the inning to bring us here. No outs, 2-1 count. Cy Chrisman standing on second base. Tied up 5-5. The game-winning run at second base. 2-1 count coming from Nixon Warren to Mick Winford. Ball 3 low. Number 8 versus number 8. Warren versus Winward. Showing bunt once again. 3-1. This one's down. Back to third base. Over to first. Out number 1 in the inning. But that moves Cy Chrisman over to third base. Sacrifice bunt put down by Mick Winward to move the base runner over. And that'll give Chase Johnston the chance to walk it off here in the 7th. 1 out, man on third. Nixon Warren on the mound. Chase Johnston at the base. Grounded into a fielder's choice in the first. Walk in the third. Strikeout in the 5th. And so he'll take ball 1 inside. Infield in here with 1 out in the 7th, man on third. One 0 pitch. Swung on. Over to second base. Runner holds. Out at first. 4-3 ground out. Perfectly executed there from the Spanish Fork defense. 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th inning. Runner holds at third. That'll bring up number 40, Reese Johnson, the DH. Hitting in the 6th spot. Hit by pitch in the first, pop out in the 3rd, strikeout in the 5th. Two outs, runner on third, swing and a miss. 0-1 count. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. 0-2. High heat once again from Nixon Warren. 0-2 count. 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. Tie ball game 5-5. Runner at third. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss. He's out of there. Nixon Warren working off a leadoff single. He is fired up. We're headed to extras here at Larry H. Miller Field. What a ball game, folks. Tied up 5-5. You're watching KSLSports.com. We'll be right back. And we are back for extra innings. Top of the 8th inning here at Larry H. Miller Field. Number 6, Sammy Dart leading things off here. The 6-hitter hitting 6th in a tie ball game 5-5. What a scene here it is at Brigham Young University. Fans from both sides on their feet all game long. Tensions are high. Blood pressures are boiling. What a game. Strike one poured in there from number 32, Caden Giles. Staying on the mound here. Excellent outing. 3 straight scoreless innings here from Giles. 0-1 pitch. Outside, even count, 1-1. Nixon Warren let up a leadoff single and a wild pitch. That put Chrisman at second base last inning. Ball 2 outside. Warren able to work out of the leadoff walk. Man on third with 1 out, a ground out, and a strikeout to bring us here tied 5-5, top of the 8th inning. 2-1 pitch. Outside just a little bit. Make it 3-1 here to Sammy Dart. Sammy Dart, single in the 2nd, fly out in the 3rd, walk in the 5th. His 4th plate appearance. Working a 3-1 count here in the 8th. Inside. Oh, called strike 2. Spoke too soon. Giles working it into a full count. 3-2 here to Sammy Dart. Outside high. Lead off walk here for Sammy Dart. We'll get a pinch hitter here. Hit by pitch here. That'll put a runner at second and a runner at first. Number 22, Dylan Chambers, the freshman, stepping up, taking the first pitch of the at-bat to the back. No outs, runners on first and second, top of the 8th inning. That'll bring up the 8-hitter, number 10, Cody McLean. Strikeout, ground out, and line out in his first 3 plate appearances. Runner at second, runner at first, top of the 8th, nobody out. Extra innings here in a 5-5 ball game. Showing bunt right away. He'll put it down, perfectly executed. Throw over to first in time. That's going to be out number 1 here for Cody McLean. Caden Giles, 1-3 ground out. But that'll move the runners over. Sacrifice, bunt attempt. Runner at second, runner at third. Here with 1 out in the top of the 8th inning. That's going to bring up number 16, the 9-hitter, Jason Pintar. Chance to take the lead here in the top of the 8th inning. 1 out. Ball low and outside from Caden Giles here to Jason Pintar. One-0. Swung on, fouled back. 1-1 even count. Here to Pintar. Pintar stepping back into the batter's box. Runners at second and third, 1 out. Outside, 2-1 count running here to Pintar. Pintar in the second, hit by pitch that drove in a run. Ground out in the 4th, ground out in the 6th. A chance here to take the lead in extras. Here's a 2-1. It's called strike 2. Even count running to Jason Pintar. Caden Giles painting the edge for strike number 2. Two balls, 2 strike, 1 out man on second and third in the top of the 8th inning. What a game it's been. 2-2. Foul tipped off just barely to stay alive. Jason Pintar. Two-two. Swung on. High into center field. Falling quickly. And barehanded. Can't make the catch. Runner's going to come home. And the Spanish Fork Dons have the lead. 6-5. The right fielder tried to barehand the ball. Unable to make the catch. Just like that. 6-5. Spanish Fork leading. Runners at second and first. That ball was falling quickly off the bat of Jason Pintar, and it fell. That'll bring us back to the top of the order. Number 9, Boston Duval. 2 hits on the day, 3 RBIs driven in by the right fielder, having himself a night. Spanish Fork leading 6-5 over Maple Mountain. Runners on first and second. 1 out here. Swing and a miss. Caden Giles on the mound. Oh, 1. Check swing inside. Even count running. 1-1. One pitch outside 2-1. Boston Duval, his 5th plate appearance, couple of ground outs, a 2 RBI single, a 1 RBI single to help pace the Spanish Fork offense. 2-1 pitch, just a little bit high. Boston Duval working himself into a 3-1 count. No action in either bullpen. This one's hit into right field. Runner at third making a big turn. He's going to stay. Good throw in from the right fielder. Cole Erickson to hold the runner at third. But the bases are loaded in the top of the 8th inning. Extra innings here at Larry H. Miller Field. 3rd hit of the day by Boston Duval will bring up the 2-hitter. Nixon Warren worked out of a leadoff single last inning as the pitcher on defense for the Dons. Now he's at the plate with a chance to add to the lead. Swing and a miss. 0-1 here to Nixon Warren. Warren, an RBI single in the 2nd, a double in the 7th, 2-hit day for number 8. Just a sophomore in one of the biggest moments of his career, last inning as the pitcher, and now here with the bases loaded and 1 out, top of the 8th. Just an absolute beautiful game of baseball being played by both teams here today. 0-1, swing and a miss, make it 0-2 quickly here on a couple of whiffs thrown by Caden Giles. Maple Mountain trying to stay alive here, the 1 seed. Lost last night here to Spanish Fork, the 20 seed. Winner go home for the Golden Eagles. 0-2 from Giles. Swing and a miss. Big out number 2 here in the top of the 8th inning. Nixon Warren goes down swinging. And that'll bring up the freshman, number 14, Trig Cloward. Cloward, unbelievable yesterday. Couple of hits. 2 RBIs on 3 hits, to be exact, for number 14. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Cloward calls time here. About as high leverage a situation as it gets. Swing and a miss. 4 straight whiffs here induced by Caden Giles in one of the biggest moments, if not the biggest moment, of his career. What a game. 0-1. Called strike 2, just like that. 0-2 quickly here to Trig Cloward. Bases loaded, 2 outs, top of the 8th. Spanish Fork leading Maple Mountain 6-5. Here's the 0-2. Called strike 3 on the outside corner of the plate. Caden Giles survives. The bases loaded jam with 1 out, with back-to-back strikeouts here in the top of the 8th. Spanish Fork, however, leads 6-5. We're ahead to the bottom of the 8th inning. The Golden Eagles here at the 5A Utah State Baseball Tournament. Maple Mountain 5, Spanish Fork 6, tacked on a run on the RBI from Boston Duval. Leading off the inning, number 22, Jeremiah Hall. Maple Mountain needs a run here to stay alive for a chance to play on Friday against the Brighton Bengals. Nixon Warren taking the mound once again. Swing and a miss here on pitch one to Jeremiah Hall. Nixon Warren working out of a lead-off walk in the bottom of the seventh. Strike two, paint, middle, here for Nixon Warren. Bottom of the order set to come up here for Maple Mountain. 0-2. Low and away, make it 1-2 to Jeremiah Hall. Jeremiah Hall, a walk in the first, strikeout in the third, ground out in the sixth, fourth plate appearance here in the eighth. This one hit foul territory and out of play right side. 1-2 will reset and do it again. One, two coming. Fouled off right side once again. Staying alive in the at-bat is number 22, Jeremiah Hall. On deck, number 13, Sawyer Leafson. One-two pitch coming here from Nixon Warren. Ball outside, even count, 2-2. Here to the freshman, and Jeremiah Hall. Spanish Fork Dons 6, Maple Mountain Golden Eagles 5. Bottom of the eighth. This one hit to shortstop, playable. Out number one here made. 6-3 ground out. Play made by number 20, Pratt Morley. Pitching it over to Sammy Dart for the first out of the bottom of the eighth. Two more outs to work with for Maple Mountain to keep their season alive. Sawyer Leafson at the plate. Walk in the first, strikeout in the fourth, single in the sixth for number 13. Takes strike one on the outside corner. Swing and a miss. 0-2 quickly here on Leafson. Nixon Warren at the mound. Pitching an absolute gem here over the last couple innings. Here's the 0-2, swing and a miss. Out number 2 in the inning. It isn't a thing for Nixon Warren. Another strikeout added to his total. Final out here remaining for number 2, Hayden Hyatt. RBI triple in the sixth. Final out for the Golden Eagles. Called strike one. Paint, paint, paint. Nixon Warren. 0-1 pitch working quickly. Low, 1-1. Even count worked here by Hayden Hyatt. Hyatt started at pitcher, relieved by Caden Giles. 1-1 pitch. Called strike 2. One more strike to work with for the Maple Mountain season. The Spanish Fork crowd is on their feet. Nixon Warren, 1-2 pitch. Fouled back. Count stays at 1-2. Hayden Hyatt will circle back around. Nobody on. 2 outs, bottom of the eighth. Spanish Fork 6, Maple Mountain 5, 1-2 pitch. High and outside. Count runs even. 2-2. This one hit into center field. Ball game, folks! Ball game! What a story. The 20 seed, back-to-back days, takes down the 1 seed Maple Mountain Golden Eagles. And the Dons will play for the state championship on Friday versus the Brighton Bengals. What a performance. What a gutsy win here from the Dons. Trailing 5-3. Maple Mountain ties it up at 5 apiece in the top of the 8th. The go-ahead run makes it 6-5, and Nixon Warren shuts it down in the 8th. And the Spanish Fork Dons have done it. What a game. What a week. Just unbelievable baseball. Absolute cinema here at Larry H. Miller Field. Couldn't have asked for a better way to end this week. The Dons are headed to the state championship for a chance to win it all. They'll take on the 2 seed Brighton Bengals. What a game, what a night here from Brigham Young University. Thank you all so much for joining us tonight on KSLSports.com. Big thank you to everyone behind the scenes, to Brigham Young University for making this broadcast possible. My name is Kyle Garrison. It has been an absolute pleasure. What a game. I've got chills up here in the booth. Unbelievable. Thank you again so much for joining us. We'll see you all on Friday from UVU for the state championship in the 5A Utah State Baseball. That'll do it here, folks. Thanks again for tuning in.